I appreciate your time here today, and I'll do my best to keep it short for everybody. What I'd like to do is introduce you to a company that many of you probably don't know about. Hexagon has over $3.5 billion in revenue currently and is a very broad technology provider to an array of industries. You're like, okay, so far that's kind of ho-hum. I can also say, statistically speaking, over 90% of you used Hexagon technology getting here. Did anyone know that? Everyone realize you all used it. So if anyone riding a BMW, Toyotas, you guys like cars? Anyone take an airplane? I guess that's about 95% of you took airplanes. Well, Hexagon is a leader in many of the underlying technologies that serve those. Of note, Hexagon, unlike many other companies, we believe deeply in the power of markets to innovate. We've been an innovation acquisition-driven company for a long time. It started with the acquisition of Brown & Sharp back in 2005. That's when Hexagon entered the manufacturing QA technology space. Later, they acquired Leica Technology. You've all heard of Leica. If you watch crime like CSI, you'll see the Leica technology when they do all the crime scene, simulations. They acquired Intergraph to get into software in 2010. They made several acquisitions since then to further expand that portfolio across multiple industries. As a result, they are here today representing really touch points in almost all major industrial energy technologies in the world today. That includes a wide array of sensor technology. That's a lot of sensors. I won't bother reading it to you, but it's fair to say, if you want to scan something, if you want to do a light scanner, a radar scanner, a LiDAR scanner, you name it scanner, if you want to attach it to a drone, not a drone, put it in a backpack, we've done it. Likewise, we've developed a pretty extensive set of software solutions. I can tell you the thing that we're seeing overall, this gives us a very unique view on the industry. So we're not locked into oil and gas, we're not locked into energy or just manufacturing. So we get to see some pretty big macro trends. One of the big macro trends is a consumption issue. We're seeing across, I would say, the entire world of industrial technologies, lots and lots of pilots. And to be blunt, we see lots of failed pilots. And that's not all bad. If you're a venture capitalist, most venture capitalists in the Valley would tell you that if you have one good winner and maybe 2 laggards and 7 losers, that's great. That's a good return because that one winner pays for all the others. We're seeing something, our industry is starting to cycle through some of that. So don't be discouraged if you have a few failed pilots. Be discouraged if your corporation doesn't learn from those. That's something to be discouraged about. But if you have a good experience, a good failure, that's a good thing. We think the industry overall is kind of coming to terms with this issue that there is no new next big thing. It's not going to be a new widget. There won't be one. The next big thing is figuring out how to fuse all of the different technologies to make sense. 2 of the acquisitions that we just did, which we think mark some particular innovations in the market, one of them is Brickus. It's a whole new concept around CAD for the AEC and infrastructure space. What they've done is they've started with DWG out of the Open Alliance, DWG Open Alliance. They've merged BIM, CAD capabilities, and conceptual modeling all in one place. 60 million users can't be all that wrong. Another technology that's particularly interesting is our J5 acquisition. J5, one of their claims to fame is over a 65% market share in Japan for operations support. Now, if you go in the oil and gas and chemical space, it's over 80%. Why are they so good? They've been called the Kaizen of operations out in Japan. We think that the cultures out there are particularly accepting of automation and conformance technologies like that, and we hope to bring that kind of quality capabilities to the rest of the world. In short, Hexagon's a digital transformation company by design. We've been acquiring sensors, softwares, and capabilities in order to facilitate the broader global industrial trend toward digital transformation. So with that, I hope everyone can say they've heard of Hexagon by the end of today. Thank you.